Good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel, where I'm going to try teaching my son one more food item that he really loves. It's a family favorite. It's not a pancake and it's not sandwiches. We call them mancakes. You make a thin pancake and you stuff it with your favorite fillings, usually sandwich meat and cheese, but today we are going to do with leftover meatloaf. So I've already measured out a cup of pancake mix. We're using Krusty's mix because it's just easy today. And other things we're going to need. We need minced onion, onion powder, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, black pepper, salt, and then we need cheese. And you can add different seasonings. That's just what I choose. We're just trying to make a more savory pancake, something that complements the meatloaf. So we've already measured out a cup of the mix, and I always stir through it with a whisk just to get out any lumps before we even get started. And then we start adding our seasonings. With the garlic powder, I'm going to put about a teaspoon. And about a teaspoon of onion powder as well. The Italian seasoning. I'll do just over a teaspoon. About a teaspoon of minced onion. About a teaspoon of each. And we'll do about a teaspoon of the black pepper as well. And then about a teaspoon of salt. And then we just need to add 2/3 cup of water. To start with, 2/3. We'll probably need to add a little more to get it to thin down to the consistency we want, because we're really not wanting real fluffy pancakes. We're wanting them to be a little thinner so they fold around our fillings better. See, this is way too thick. So we'll add about, I'm going to add about a little under 1/3 cup water. I'm actually going to pour it in just a little at a time till I get my consistency thinned down. just about got us where we need to be. Right there, the way it kind of runs off my whisk, that's what we're looking for, to where it's going to thin out nicely in our pan. Now I'm going to cut up the meatloaf and get it ready. Alright, I went ahead and sliced my meatloaf up, a little over 1/4 inch thick. Added it to a non-stick pan with just a little bit of butter in it, and I put it on just over medium heat. We want to get a nice little crisp brown on each side. We're just trying to heat it up, and if you get a little bit of a crust on it, it just makes it that much better, and it makes the meatloaf hold together better in your pancake. Alright, I just flipped my meatloaf, and while it's cooking on the second side, we're going to add a nice little handful of cheese, just spread over both of them. And if a little bit of cheese gets on the skillet, it won't matter, because since it's non-stick, the little crispy pieces of cheese, we'll put them in with the meatloaf in our pancake batter. So now we're going to start our pancake cooking. So we're going to pour up our first one. And we're going to shake our pan around a little bit to spread it out. And our meatloaf is where we want it. So I went ahead and turned the fire off on it. And now it's just going to be a minute to let our pancake get ready to turn. And this is something that, like I said, we've done in our family for several years. It's easy to make. You can make them breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It doesn't take too long. Once you make them a few times, you can whip them out in 10-15 minutes. You can change up your seasonings to complement what you're putting in it. If you're wanting to put in ham, you can put a little honey in your batter and kind of sweeten it up just a little. And the kids all seem to like them. You can also mix a little honey and mustard together to make a little bit of a honey mustard dip to go with it. Okay, I just flipped my pancake. That's what we got. So we'll go ahead and spoon in our meatloaf. You're wanting to put it to where it covers about half your pancake. There we go. We're going to add just a little bit more cheese. Oh, Chase, think we ought to add a little honey for sweetness? You could add other things to the top of it, a little mayonnaise or mustard, or could be ketchup or barbecue sauce, or just eat it the way it is. We're usually just going to eat it the way it is and maybe use something to dip into it, or to dip it into. And then after you give it a minute for the cheese to melt, you're also letting the bottom side of the pancake cook. Just use your spatula to kind of get underneath and see what you're looking like. Which, I apologize for my camera ability. It ain't very good. But this is only the second one of these I've ever done. And now we're ready to plate it up. I'm gonna have my helper hold the camera. So now you're just going to fold the pancake half over. And that is going to be your finished man cake. Like I said, you can use anything you want on the inside of it. There you go, buddy. And before I get off, I gotta say again, thank you to all the military who go out there every day to keep us safe. It's a thankless job, and to the law enforcement. They don't get paid near enough for what they're doing. I appreciate the sacrifices they make for all of us, and me and my family especially. And I gotta say thank you to my own son. Butch, we appreciate the sacrifice you make. I love you, buddy. You guys have a great day.